The chairman of the Authority of Head of State and Government of the Economic Community of West African State, President Bola Tinubu of Nigeria, is currently presiding over an extraordinary summit of the regional body on the political situation in Niger Republic. A summit at the State House Conference Center in Abuja is discussing recent development in Niger Republic and deciding on the next steps after the junta's removal of President Mohamed Bazoum. Following the last ECOWAS Extraordinary Summit on July 30 in Abuja, sanctions were imposed on Niger, particularly on the coupist. The immediate release of President Bazoum, his family and government members who are currently detained by the military was demanded. We'll bring you details in our subsequent bulletins.
The second ECOWAS Extraordinary Summit today on the socio-political situation in Niger will be a defining moment in our journey towards a stronger, more resilient, and integrated West Africa. Let us seize this opportunity to make a lasting impact on the lives of our fellow Africans. Who else can do it except us? We must resolve to do it ourselves, and we are the only one.
Away from there now, the House of Representatives Ad Hoc Committee probing ministries, departments and agencies, parastatals and tertiary institutions over alleged employment, racketeering and mismanagement of the Integrated Personnel Payroll Information System IPPIS. Yesterday has accused the IPPIS of dodging the investigation. The committee also summoned the director of the IPPIS as well as the Accountant General of the Federation to unfailingly appear on Thursday. Also summoned were the Asset Management Company of Nigeria, AMCON, as well as one Haruna Kolo, an ex-staff of the Federal Character Commission, who had admitted to collecting money from employment on behalf of the FCC chairman Muhiba Dankaka. The chairman of the committee, Yusuf Gadi, said Kolo must substantiate his allegations and that all those invited must all appear before the committee and face sanctions as provided by the law. Gadi further accused government agencies of committing fraud through waivers to bypass public advertisement for employment. Governor Ademola Adeleke has called for the establishment of a trans-regional security task force to curtail growing cross-border criminality, just as the General Officer commanding 2 Division of the Nigerian Army, Major General Valentin Okoro, lauded the Osun State Governor for creating a safe and secure environment for residents to live and conduct lawful businesses. The GOC 2 Division of the Nigerian Army gave the commendation when he led members of his team, among whom were the commanders of Engineering Construction Command Ede, among others, to pay a working visit to the governor. The GOC said he was in Osun as part of effort to familiarize himself with the operational procedures in the state under his command. According to him, he found that Osun State is one of the most peaceful states in Nigeria and therefore commended the governor for his huge investment in securing lives and property of the people. Okoro described Osun State as lucky with the presence of Engineering Construction Command, which is full of all sorts of army engineers, specialists, and combatant that contribute to the security architecture of the state. And now, Governor Muhammadu Inuwa Yahaya of Gombe State has said the provision of a qualified and quality and affordable health care services to the people who sit at the heart of his administration's resolve towards attaining the universal health coverage. The governor stated this yesterday when he granted audience to national officials of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, led by its president, Professor Cyril Usifo, who are in the state to perfect arrangement for their forthcoming national conference schedule in Gombe. Represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Ibrahim Abubakar Njodi, Governor Yahaya intimated his guest that his administration has since employed 260 health workers, among them pharmacists, adding that plans are underway to recruit another 200 to shore up manpower and the soon-to-be completed hospitals in Kautungo, Kumo, and Bajoga. He explained that government has provided at least one functional health center in each of the 114 political wards of the state, adding that in addition to the remodeling of the state's specialist hospital, the government under his leadership is reinvigorating the general hospitals in Kautungo and Bajoga, while a new one is being constructed in Kumo to bring quality and affordable health care services to the people at the grassroots. And in the meantime, Director General of the World Trade Organization, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, has denied reports making the rounds that she was attacked for visiting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The former minister visited Tinubu at the villa yesterday. Moment after her visit, a letter emerged on the social media saying that she was threatened for visiting Tinubu. However, reacting to the purported letter, Okonjo-Iweala advised Nigerians to disregard the letter, noting that the purveyor designed it to create mischief among Nigerians. President Bola Tinubu and the 14th Emir of Kano, Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, met behind closed doors at the presidential villa Abuja on Wednesday night. The meeting comes after Sanusi returned from Niger Republic, where he met with the military junta that seized power from the democratically elected President Muhammadu Bazoum. The former CBN governor arrived at the presidential villa around 8:25 p.m. His arrival came immediately after a high delegation of the Nigeria Islamic Ulama met with the president. When asked about his visit to Niger, Sanusi simply said, "It's fine. We will bring you more in this report as it unfolds." And away from the Federal Workers Forum has appealed to the federal government to pay up all outstanding arrears to workers. The workers also implored the government to work out a cost of living allowance payment plan before the end of this month. The national coordinator of the FWF, Comrade Andrew Emilize, in a statement made available to newsmen on Wednesday, explained that the harsh economic reality in Nigeria has been further compounded by the announcement of the removal of fuel subsidy. He added that the country has been plunged into a serious cost of living crisis since the removal of subsidy on premium motor spirit by the federal government. He also called on the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC, and the federal government to wrap up all negotiations on a living wage for Nigerian workers at the end of September 2023. And in the meantime, Governor Alex Otti of Abia State has promised that the state government will support the Federal Medical Center, FMC Umuahia, to complete its new accident and emergency ward. Otis stated this during his meeting with the Chief Medical Director of the Health Center, Professor Azubike Onyebuchi, when he stopped over at the facility. The current accident and emergency ward is smaller and ill-equipped to handle the large number of patients that are admitted daily to the facility, hence the ongoing construction of a new wing. The FMC Umuahia is also the only functional public medical facility in Abia State to manage cases of emergency and other secondary and tertiary health cases. Addressing the director, Otti said he was there to see things for himself at the hospital and to empathize with patients receiving treatment for various cases. He promised that he would personally foot the bills of the patients he saw during his visit. Ahead of another planned constitution review, the Deputy President of the Senate, Senator Barau Jibrin, has assured members of the movement for the creation of Tiga and Gari State for Kano State that the National Assembly will be just to all during the review of the 1999 Constitution. Senator Barau stated this when members of the movement led by Senator Maus Eld Jibril Doguas paid him a courtesy call at the National Assembly on Wednesday. The Deputy Senate President, who chairs the Senate Committee on Constitution Review, said the 10th Assembly will give all groups advocating state creation equal opportunities to present their cases. According to a statement issued on Wednesday by his special advisor on media and publicity,